Hello and welcome, guys. If you've ever built or planning to build an app with real-time features like live notification, maybe progress bars or stock price stickers, you will probably use server-sent events or WebSockets. But if you're using HTTP1 for that, there is a hidden problem, I would say not very obvious, and it can actually break your app's real-time capabilities or make users wait indefinitely. And it all comes down to how HTTP1 handles connections. This is not specific to server-sent events, but because server-sent events create persistent connection over HTTP1, this problem becomes more evident. But if you will be sending multiple just regular requests over HTTP1, you will run into the same problem. It just will cause delay. But with SSE, you can block your users indefinitely. Okay, let me show you an example to demonstrate this problem. So I have a very basic front end here just to show the problem. So we can send just a regular HTTP request. It doesn't matter where it goes. It just takes in some data, right? Returns this. I was doing this on the live stream just to get the performance of my SSE against WebSockets, but that's not the point. And we can make one single SSE connection or 6 at the same time. And here we have each connection status and activity log. If you're wondering about backend, it's pretty straightforward. So we have a controller with SSE, and I have 6 endpoints like time 1, time 2, time 3. And here we're just based on the interval, right? We are emitting messages back to the client. All right, so let me show the problem. So we can make one SSE connection. As you can see, we are getting the events. Let me disconnect it. And I will go straight away to the chase. We will make 6 connections at the same time. As you can see, we have, let me just put it on the bottom. We have content downloaded, right? 6 connection, everything is working fine. I will show you that we are getting messages, right, in all of them. All good. However, with HTTP1 and specifically it differs on each browser, there is a connection limit. As you can see, each connection ID is different. So we just made 6 TCP connections, and Chrome, the one I'm using right now, has a limit of 6. So if I make next HTTP request, which previously was fine, now it's not going through. I'm not getting a response. As you can see, it's pending. If I make one more, nothing happens. And then if I will disconnect one SSE, right, it went through. And now, as you can see, it was stalled. And the same one for the other one. So once I got response back on the first HTTP request, then the second one was sent. So if I will make 3 in parallel, once again, I'm getting responses back, but I have only one connection available to me. So I just blocked 5 connections. And if I connect one more SSE connection, then my HTTP request will be blocked again. So as you can see, this can cause you some problems if you have multiple SSE connections, so you're sending multiple requests, usually at the app start. This can either slow down significantly your performance, right, because you're handling maximum 6 connections at the same time, or it can just entirely block your clients, right? Like this, as you can see, these 3 requests are still being blocked. And if I will disconnect one SSE, now finally they were responded, right? They were stalled, and now finally content download happened. And 29 seconds only for the response time. All right, so how can HTTP2 solve our problems? Let's go quickly through the diagram. So as you can see, we have the example we just went through. We have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SSE connections, and at some point we get blocked on the 7th, right? If it's not SSE connections, or you're just sending a lot of requests at the same time in parallel, this will happen as well, right? It will slow down your users and just user experience. So why do this, right, to yourself? And if you're saying that I'm not sending this many requests, or who is doing this, I will show you an example. Here is Binance.com. Let me just refresh the page, and let's have a look how many requests they're sending. This all by filter HTTP, right? You say this is insane how many requests they're sending. So, and as you can see, they're using HTTP2, right? I will get to the point of it right now. And as you can see, they have even WebSockets on top of it. And I don't know which requests here SSE, which are not. So this is a real problem, right? So how can HTTP2 help us here? So I'm not going to go into detail how HTTP2 works, but basically over the single TCP connection, we can make multiple streams. This is something called multiplexing. So all of this, stream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, they will all go through one single TCP connection. And we will just stream data basically within this connection. All right, let me show you how it's going to work with our beautiful frontend. Let me switch to HTTP2 and we'll go through it. Just a brief pause. If you enjoy this type of content or want to watch me live code projects like this, hit subscribe button and ring that bell. It is free, takes 2 seconds, and helps me a ton. As you can see, only a very small percentage of you guys actually subscribe to my channel. Anyways, thank you very much for all the support. Let's continue. Okay, so now I switch to HTTP2 and let's have a look how it's going to be different. For now, I'm just going to send that test HTTP request. As you can see, let me put it on the bottom. So as you can see, protocol now is H2. We got the response. Everything is the same, right? So now if I'll send 3 more requests, as you can see, in the first one, connection ID was 619 and now it's 674 and all of the 3 requests got the same connection ID. Right, so this is how HTTP2 works. So we made one single connection ID and over one connection, we stream the data. So now what will happen if we will make 6 SSE connections, right? We established all of them. As you can see, the same connection ID once again. We are streaming data just to show you, right? We are receiving data in all of them. All of them are getting messages. And now can I send more HTTP requests? Yeah, as you can see, I send it and I got a response back. Can I send more? Yeah, they're all sending requests and getting responses. And as you can see, none of them are stuck and the same connection ID for all of them. If I'll send 3 more in parallel, you see how quick it is? And what's crazy about this, we can make even more SSE connections, right? I made 6 more and do we get responses? Yes, we're getting responses back. So as you can see, we're streaming data over the same connection, over the same TCP connection. And this is how HTTP2 works. And this is pretty much it for this video. If you're wondering how everything works, I will have a link to GitHub repo in the description down below. How to set up HTTP2 will be as well here in infra folder. I mark them as HTTP2. So basically you will need to uncomment this and switch this to true for HTTP2. The rest should be the same. And also I will have here my web, the one I was using, and in events SSE, there is my SSE controller. You don't need all the stuff like pod information and yeah, cleanup, probably you don't need it, but nevertheless, I was just collecting some metrics, so it's here and it won't affect you. The only thing that I'm running my Linux on Windows machine, so I have WSL, so probably here you will need to use not monitoring local, but just your local host and go through configurations of Kubernetes cluster and just replace it with localhost. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. If something wasn't clear, let me know in the comment down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.